President Bola Tinubu directs immediate suspension of cashless payment system at federal airports. New IGP Tunji Diso inaugurates special committee to drive implementation of state police. Youth storm IBEDC office in Osogbo to protest epileptic power supply. On the foreign scene, U.S. submarine sinks Iranian warship in Indian Ocean as Pentagon says it will strike deeper into Iran. Good evening, this is news at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Temitope Ajidolaoluwaola. President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate suspension of the current cashless payment system at the federal airports. According to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, Tinubu was concerned that most Nigerians were missing their flights. Keyamo noted that out of empathy, the president directed that the ministry suspends the present system because it created a lot of gridlock and Nigerians were suffering. Tinubu also directed the ministry to go back to the status quo, suspend the present system, and perfect it as soon as possible. The Inspector General of Police, Tunji Diso, has inaugurated a special committee to drive the implementation of state police and craft a new vision for policing in Nigeria. The 8-member committee, made up of senior officers, was unveiled shortly after Diso assumed office as the 23rd Indigenous Inspector General of Police. The move signals the beginning of concrete steps towards decentralized policing in the country. Diesel's first official engagement with top officers of the Nigeria Police Force took place on Wednesday, following the approval of his appointment by the Nigeria Police Council. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony, the IGP describes the task before the committee as significant and timely, stressing that it responds to the growing demand for strengthened internal security and community-responsive policing. He noted that Nigeria continues to face evolving security challenges that require innovative thinking, strategic collaboration, and meaningful reforms to enhance operational capacity. He added that decentralization would allow state governments and local authorities to respond more efficiently to specific security challenges within their jurisdictions, while the federal government focuses on broader national security priorities.
Leadership, it has been said, is not about position. Not about the position one occupies, but the responsibility one accepts. Today, I stand before you fully conscious of the weight of this responsibility and the high expectation of our officers, our nation, and Nigerian people. The Nigerian Police Force exists to serve the people, protect the nation, and uphold the rule of law. These are not abstract ideas. They are daily obligations. Our authorities derive not from merely statutes, but from public trust. Once that trust is weakened, our effectiveness is diminished. Under my leadership, professionalism, accountability, and transparency shall not be a slogan, it shall be a standard. We must be clear-eyed about our realities in an era of heightened public scrutiny and instant communication. Every action of the police reflects instantly on the entire police force. As leaders, we must continually remind ourselves of an enduring truth. Authority is strongest when it is exercised with restraint, fairness, and sound judgment. While uniform confers lawful powers, it is our conduct, our words, our actions, and decisions that ultimately confers legitimacy. Respect for human rights is therefore not optional. Respect for human rights is therefore not optional. It is fundamental to professionally policing and central to sustaining public trust. The Nigerian Police Force is, first and foremost, the people's police, and our continued relevance depend on the confidence the public places in us. Every Nigerian, irrespective of status, belief, or background, must be treated with dignity.
In the meantime, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Diso, has disclosed that the Nigerian police force is closely monitoring Islamic groups with allegiance to Middle Eastern countries following the escalating US-Israel-Iran conflict. The IGP stated this on Wednesday shortly after he took the oath of office at the Council Chambers, State House, Abuja, warning that developments in the Middle East could trigger repercussions in Nigeria. The IGP statement comes amid heightened tensions in the Middle East following US and Israeli airstrikes on Iranian targets over the weekend and Iran's retaliatory missile attacks on Israeli and American military installations. The escalating conflict has raised fears of wider regional warfare, with several countries, including China, the United Kingdom, and the United States, advising their citizens to leave Iran and avoid travel to the Middle East.
We open our eyes to what is happening everywhere in the world. We are aware, that is what we call the intelligence policing. Our ears are to the ground. We know we have groups of people, different kinds of Islamic sects in Nigeria. We have those who pay allegiance to this eastern part of the world as well.
The primaries to resist the urge to work against the party, because doing so will be counterproductive. Still to come, trial of 9 suspects accused of 2025 Yellow-Water massacre in Benue State stalled again at Federal High Court in Abuja following another adjournment. We will bring you more on this when we return. Please stay with us.